unfortunately, we had the Rari back in for the day. Poor guy drove it like 100 miles, picked up a huge metal chunk in one of the rear tires, so we swapped that out today. Yeah, you'll never be able to see that on the inside. So he dropped it off yesterday, and we had to order another one, throw that on. But hopefully this time you can drive it more than like 50, 60 miles without picking up another puncture. But he did say that the new Cup R's are a pretty savage tire, so a little out of my price range for a tire, but hell, you're living that supercar life. The Cup 2 tires are for you. But we know you guys are here to see the BMW love, so let's go see what Mike's doing.
Hey guys, so the M52 is back in the car. It's all hooked up pretty much. Just doing all the loose ends. I think basically the wiring is all done in here. All the connections are done. I just gotta get back into the cabin and finish doing a couple little wiring edits with the change of systems. But in the meantime, we had this valve cover on the car before when it blew up, but it kind of faded a lot, and I don't know how I was really feeling about it. So for the new engine, or the rebuild engine I should say, we wanted to put a new valve cover on. And so I guess we'll show you how to install our catch can kit, which is super nice. It puts low profile fittings directly into the valve cover, runs -10 hoses all the way to a vibrant catch can, which either has the venting to atmosphere with a really nice steel mesh in the cap, or 4 ports to run exhaust venturi valves to pull a vacuum. Putting this on is pretty straightforward. You can definitely do it in your garage, and it is like the highest end parts you can buy. It's all vibrant performance fittings, vibrant hose, a really nice tap. Basically, it's one of the nicest kits you can get for a proper catch can setup. So just like an old person cooking show, I have the finished product here. The fittings go directly into the valve cover with a sealing washer, so there's no leakage at all, and there's no chance of anything ever falling into the motor because it is captured and sits behind this plate. And then your factory exit here gets plugged so it's out of the way and doesn't interfere with nice billet fuel rails or anything like that in the future. This works on all M50, M52 valve covers that are metal. You can also use it on plastic ones, but you just have to be careful when installing it and to remove all the little grid marks. So let's get started. Once again, like a cooking show, I've already unbolted this, so we can get to work.
Wow, you came so prepared.
I know, it's crazy. So this is the flaky valve cover we showed you in the earlier videos. First thing you want to do is grab your nuts.
I couldn't help.
Keep it together, Chris. And you're gonna want to you're gonna want to place them in here and then mark it. I'm disorganized here. This is the cover that came with it. It's a really old valve cover, so the gasket's gone, but it doesn't really matter. This is all gonna go under here, so you're not gonna have to worry about the nuts that are falling into the engine. The only thing we're trying to do here is make sure we put the nut in a spot that can be, can fit the nut. That way we don't drill a hole and then not be able to get the nut in because we're in the way of like a post or something. So, cuts me getting a Sharpie and making a circle.
That was really fast.
I lied.
I can edit that out.
I lied and got a paint pen. All right, so what I like to do is just center this up kind of in here. Make a mark. Then center this one up a little bit. Kickflip. So those two marks are pretty even. And I guess edit this into the future, but the kit comes with all this stuff. It comes with the drill bit to drill the giant hole. It comes with the tap to put the plug into the side. This has a little O-ring in there. It comes with these sweet low profile AN fittings for the valve cover. It comes with the really nice sealing washers, which are rubber on the bottom that could get crushed. The nuts, and it also comes with 90s to go into the catch can. It also includes the catch can, but we already mounted that in there, and we'll show you that a bit later. But now that we mark this, I'll go grab the drill.
Whoa.
I'll go grab the drill and remove all these parts so we can do some work in the cart here and get this kit going together. All right, we moved our workstation to the trash can. We're officially working on trash. I'm gonna grab a smaller drill bit first just to make a pilot hole. One. These are made of like some weird magnesium type mix, so drilling it is pretty easy. That's two. Let's go to the big honker drill bit we send you. We include all this stuff so you don't have to deal with finding it and getting ripped off at the local hardware store. Try to make it as complete as we can. Boom. All right, drilling complete. So the next thing we do is, because we have a bunch of shavings in here, is just dump them out, and then we're gonna tap the plug so we can just clean this all up once so we don't get any shavings into the engine.
That would be a negative.
That'd be bad. That's something we would do to like before a race or something. So you get the tap. It's this big giant tap. Just tap it by hand, it's no big deal, I'm just kidding. All right, so we got our tap. We're gonna put it in this thing. This tap is included. Come on, Chris, be a better vice.
God. I think you're in there now.
Looks perfect.
Wow. All right, hold it. Get all the junk out.
As you can see, the threads look perfect. This tap and the hole are like the perfect match. You just need a buddy or a vise to help kind of grab it as you tap it. So now the next step is to definitely clean out the entire valve cover, get all the shavings out, and clean up all the burrs on the holes you drilled. And then we can start installing parts. All right, so next step is to grab a 12 Allen, and we can install the plug. The plug has an O-ring on it. The original kits had a crush washer, but the O-ring works even better. So, look at that threading.
It's almost like you know what you're doing.
I know, and you definitely don't need to like over tighten this, because the case is pretty brittle.
Yeah, magnesium does not have a high tilt.
So that's good. You can just literally just give it the quarter UGA. All good. Definitely not under a lot of stress. So I guess after that,
You gonna see your nuts?
we got. Nope, I think we have to get the length of our hoses done first, because you want to install the hose into these fittings before you install them into the valve cover. What we'll do
Are we
first,
gonna cheat and just copy yours that are sitting right there that work perfect?
nah, I'd rather just do it nice. I don't know how perfect it was before, so.
Whoa.
I know. So you get 10 feet of hose, which is like more than enough hose for this sort of project. I guess the first thing I'll do is put the 90s on, then we can put the valve cover on and kind of dry fit the length. If you guys haven't done AN fittings yet, I just suggest going on YouTube. It looks kind of intimidating, but it's not hard to do. All right, so we got one on. Let's pop the valve cover on the motor just temporarily. Kind of get a read on how long I want to make it. So I'm going to do the back fitting. I'm going to do about there for the first one. That way it can stay out of the way of the coils, wrap around, have a little bit of slack. Get
Can
your
you
good
do
old
this?
garden shears.
Yeah. Now, here we go. Oh yeah, just use the workbench.
Home of the never the right tool, but always getting it done.
Yeah. Mods. Maybe if we finished our car and didn't have this 16-foot workbench full of just
Shit.
junk.
Yeah. We are our own worst enemy. You don't have to tell us.
Our cars are so close though.
We've been working nonstop. All right, that's one hose made. Cut to us getting the other hose done and getting back to this video.
Yeah, they got the point of that.
So now that we have the holes drilled and both hoses made, we want to install the fittings into the valve cover. So take your rubber fitting, metal side up. This fits really nice in there. It's not going to fall off or anything. Push it in there. Then on this back one, for example, is going to require you to hold it to start threading it. And you're just going to thread it in from the top. These are all nice swivel fittings, so you don't have to worry about like putting it in the exact spot you want or the exact angle you want. It's always going to be able to rotate. All right, cut to us actually getting this done. So now that we tighten the one that's kind of hard to get to from the outside, we can go ahead and put the little bit easier one in, which is the one for the front. The only difference is that this nut is going to get retained so it can't spin by like the pieces in this thing, versus like we'll have to put like a wrench or something on this one. So
This one you use your groin.
tightening these nuts takes a lot of straddling.
Yeah, this is also like not a two-person job, but two-person,
I gotta
one
press
person
it.
on a table. No, you can't.
Please.
Got our sweet new toolbox finally, and we're just basically betting on how long we're going to leave the stickers on it for. Does this one actually go big enough? Probably not, actually.
All right.
That's torque tight.
Yeah. So that's sweet. So as you can see, they're retained. So now what we'll do is just clean this out one final time to make sure there's no metal in there, and then we will screw in the top plate to cover it up. And we're home on the home stretch here.
What are you doing?
Just draining some stuff out. Okay, so nuts are tight, and I found the screws for the plate. My rubber piece was like gone when I got this valve cover, so I probably can find it, but I just don't care that much, so I'm just gonna put it on. I think it'll be just fine. I like to put a little bit of Loctite on these screws.
It is the inside of your motor after all.
Yeah.
Torque tight.
All right, so everything on the inside of the valve cover is complete now. All I would do is probably clean it for like the 8th time, and then make it ready to pop it back on the motor. And then, actually we should probably, this motor's fresh, we should probably put oil in it. So I got some VP Racing braking oil. Braking oil is kind of nice to use on new engines for a little bit. It has extra zinc and stuff like that to reduce friction so you don't ruin cams and stuff like that. Let's go ahead and put that in. I don't really have any brand loyalty to this sort of stuff, but VP was on sale at Summit, so that's what we got. Just gonna gonna take this off first to give the cams and lifters a little shower.
A little extra love.
Yeah.
Oh man, I gotta. Oh, now I don't even have to hold it.
Professional grade.
Although I do have a blinking battery light. Start pouring fast. Coat it.
I should pour it in my spark plug holes.
Yes.
To lubricate the spark plugs.
Yeah, I heard they need that. It's an E35 thing. Please don't ever do that, people.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab a battery. It might die.
All right.
How many more you got?
I think 5. This takes forever. On other news, check out the sweet Vanos cover. I just changed mine from silver to black. We make these sweet Vanos covers, and it's like a mood ring. Depending on what mood you're having, you can change the color. I just like covering up the super ugly OEM rusty solenoids. They just default to rust color.
The black looks good. It's very OEM plus.
Yeah, this car is definitely OEM plus. I like to keep everything OEM as possible. So fun fact, the only thing original on this car is obviously the body in white, but that's been modified. But the only kind of untouched object is the trailing arms. That is and the front subframe. Well, actually no, the front subframe has been welded up, so.
Well, yeah, the front subframe is terrible. It's not, I wouldn't even consider it a subframe. It's like a flimsical bar.
So literally the only thing OEM on this car now is the trailing arms. Good times.
Good times. Many quarts of oil later, here we are. We back.
Bing bong.
Very secure.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and get a fresh valve cover.
I love how yours is just so easy.
Yeah. God bless lack of technology. All right, cool.
Wow, secured. And 54 takes like 4 hours. Just so much other junk.
Yeah, we're doing a valve cover on that car. It's like kind of like a job.
It's actually a job.
Where's like shine?
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
God damn it. Alright, well, we'll just record for a second and then make Mike put all these stupid things in.
Don't call BMW on me. I'm not going to follow the torque spec. I'm going to use a impact gun to put these on. I know, kill me.
Dude, there's some BMW employee rolling over in his grave right now.
I engineered these to be a torque spec.
It's like, I needed this to leak at 84,000 miles. The audacity.
This is an E36. It started leaking at mile 4.
That's probably true.
All right.
All right, close your eyes, guys. You don't want to see this.
Make that one.
Yep. It's funny how we handle our own cars versus customer cars.
Yeah.
Like I torque literally everything on a customer car. Like Ollie's car would go through, find an oil leak, take it off, torque it. There's like checklists we follow. We're like precise. Then we get to our own cars and we're like,
yeah, she good.
8 Ooga Doogas with a half-inch impact on a valve cover. And then people are like, I don't understand why your N54 lasts 130,000 miles of pure abuse. Mine fails every 5 seconds. I'm like,
It's the love.
I hit it where the impact, and then I do burnout, and it goes.
It run good.
Actually, while mine's doing that, that's boring. Let's go look at my wrap. I'm a rapper. I am not a big fan of polished wheels almost ever, but I love these. Such a great look for the 1M. Very uncommon wheel too for the 1M. There it is. Look at how orangey orange it is. I'm so excited. My buddy Tanner is coming over on Friday. Not that that means anything to you guys right now, because I have no clue what day this will be live, but he is going to help me wrap the car. Which, I've wrapped a few now, but these bumpers get a little complex, so it's never bad having a helping hand. The Orca will no longer be an Orca. It will be a Uber fake Lime Rock 1M fake clone fake everything. But it's gonna look steezin'. Mike, are you done yet? I'm just like having random fillers in here. Like, what am I supposed to do? Our shark fin debate. Thank you, YouTube, for agreeing with me.
All right, so.
Whoa! Oh, geez! Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Bob real quick.
Binging a bob at him. What happened?
So the valve cover's on.
Whoa!
Yeah. So when you get the SLG E36 Ultimate Catch Can Kit, you too can have this. You too can bake this loaf of bread.
This was a nice loaf. It was like a half an hour in the oven.
Yeah,
It's not bad at all.
It's pretty sweet. Everything. Like, these all swivel still. These don't swivel. But
Well, they do if you really torque.
yeah, they swivel this way. But the catch can works really well, vented to atmosphere. That's how we run ours on the track. Previously, when I was really sensitive about like a little bit of smoke coming out, because my built motors are built so loose to survive, I ran an exhaust venturi, which also works pretty well. But now, just to keep things simple and a little bit minimalistic, because there's already so much stuff in this car, I just run it to atmosphere. I should just suggest that for most customers. But yeah, I mean, this is all the best stuff you can buy. You notice the plug over here on the side lets you run a billet fuel rail with the return with no issue at all. So there's no like overlapping things and stuff like that. Don't forget about our Vanos cover while you're in there, because it's sweet. So who knows where we left off? I lost a piece, then we stopped. But we have the valve cover on, the catch can's all in, and all the coils are in. These are like forward plug wires. So these we like added this little piece and put a shrink tube around it to make them tight in the hole. But they're actually like, you can get to them. They're not too attractive looking, but they do the job, and they allow you to remove it with your hands versus like a special tool. And they let you run the IGM 1A coils, which we tuck up here. I definitely recommend those coils for big boost applications, guys who are running some serious power. But they've definitely served us well. And I have to say, I do love the valve cover in the bay. It looks great. I guess next up, now that we put oil in the car and got the wastegate and everything on there, all the electronics hooked up, is to probably purge the fuel, put some fresh juice in it, and start it up. So I'm going to try to get all the wiring done tonight, tomorrow, so that we're ready to start up probably like Saturday and see what happens. So keep an eye out for the next video. We're definitely busy here getting both cars ready for grid life, so there's definitely a lot of content coming, and just like, no matter what happens, no matter how long you have for an event, it always goes down to the last second.
I mean, we got, what, 1 week till grid life?
Just kind of how it happens. I don't know how it happens every time, but here we are once again. So hopefully Torrin's getting the brackets done for the brakes, and we can get this thing on the street tuning soon. But till then, catch you guys later.
Peace.